ahead and share this. We're going to be rolling here momentarily. Okay, if you are watching us on YouTube, 4% Live. Hey everybody, my name is Vick Strizheus, and I've got my messages going off in here. I've got a bunch of stuff going, bunch of stuff happening. Hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Let me know how your life is treating you so far, and let's see if we can make it better, right? No matter how good it is, we can always be improved. You guys agree? Okay, great. It's good to be back in the 4% studios here with you all and hang out. And I want to talk about how do you become not just great, how do you become extraordinary, right? And do what most people would consider the impossible. Big claim, yep, huge claim. If you're brand new here with us, welcome. My name is Vick Strizheus. I'm the founder of the 4%, where we do a lot of cool stuff and help a lot of people. And what inspires me, what gets me going, is the stories that are being pouring in, like on an ongoing. Like Paul, we're getting like new videos like every day. Like every day there is new, like sometimes more than 2 like success stories just pouring in every single day to our support department here, and people are just like shooting their videos, talking about the stuff, the 4% challenge that they're going through. We're going to be getting started in about maybe about a couple minutes, you guys. Still, people are piling up here. If you are watching this on, either YouTube or on Facebook, okay, you may want to go to 4%. It's all spelled out, okay? 4%.com/live, Live, and that will bring you to a page to our official 4% Live channel, to where you can interact with other people in live. I'm seeing your chat here. I've got a whole bunch of people here. It's awesome. Tina, Stella, DJ, Rick, okay, Cass, everybody, welcome. If you guys are in the 4% Live chat here, just let me know how you're feeling tonight. We're going to be starting officially momentarily. Before I do that, though, I would love to play one little video that we got from one of the couples here in 4%. They sent it to us. Paul is like, "Hey, dude, you should take a look at this." I looked at this. I'm like, "Dude, this is why I'm here." You know what I mean? Like, this is why I do what I do. Check this out, everybody. Okay, so this is from Dave and Denise. They sent us this video. Check out what they're saying. I want to big shout out to Dave and Denise. You guys are awesome. And please take a look at this.
Hi, Vic. It's Dave and Denise here from the UK, and firstly we'd like to thank you for the opportunity to share our story with you. And it might seem quite odd because we've got the sun blazing in our faces that we've set the camera up like this, but this is our home, and we wanted to show you where we lived because this is where our story began.
Back in 2016, we were involved in another business online. Things were going great. We were traveling the world. We were living the dream. We were doing hotel presentations. We'd arranged, we were doing live webinars. We were standing on stage in front of 500,000 people. Life was the dream. Everything was fantastic. One day then, in late 16, we woke up one morning and found that company had gone. We'd lost everything. Our income, our business, all our friends, all our team, everyone had just lost everything because we relied on one income stream. And we were naive at the time. We didn't realise, but it was fatal, and we were about to lose everything that we'd worked so hard for and built all our lives. Luckily, and going back about a month or two before that happened, again late May, Denise had seen one of your webinars, and I think it was a 4-hour webinar you did. And she was really taken by it. So I'll let you explain this bit.
Yeah, I was invited to watch the private webinar by John Pemberley, and I'd never met you before. I'd never seen anything that you'd done before, and literally within seconds I was hooked, and I watched the entire 4-hour webinar thinking, this is exactly what I've been searching for the last decade online. It was your vision. It was just immense, but it was everything that I thought that anyone could follow. And literally I was hooked from the beginning, and I played the video to Dave, who also was extremely excited by it, and since then we've followed everything to the letter. But without that, without the 4%, without you, when we lost everything overnight, we just wouldn't have been here. We would probably have been jumping into every shiny object that everybody else was jumping into, and failing just the same as we had done in the previous
as they are now
in the previous years. Yeah. So without the 4%, we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have this place now. And we know that where we're going with this is just extraordinary.
Yes.
So. Sorry, did you want to say something?
I was just saying, from the conception of the 4%, which is where we obviously picked up with you from, because as I say, none of us had really heard anything about you before. You've really given us hope, you've given us inspiration, you've taught us so much, and that is why we still live here in our dream home, and we're only going to get better with this.
Yes, and we were watching session 30 the other day. A very, very excellent session, I must say, and you recapped on session 4. And when you got to the point where you said, I want you to send us a video, we both looked at each other, because we're both inherently shy, this is not our comfort zone. We both looked at each other and went, no, no. And then we realised that we were hitting we had the fear, we had the doubt, we had the anxiety, and we hit that wall.
We'd actually hit our wall.
Yes.
We didn't just hit it, we hit it hard.
Yes.
And I think at one point we slid down it.
Yes, we did.
With Denise's military background, we knew we had to go either over the wall, around the wall, under the wall, or through the wall. So here we are. We're breaking through our wall.
Yes, we decided to go through that wall.
Like you say, whatever you fear, do it, and you won't fear it. Just keep doing it. Do what you fear and just do it.
That's right. That's
so
right.
Here we are.
Yeah.
We're doing that. We're going to break through our wall.
Yes, we're doing the thing.
We're doing
and we're finding the strength.
And we're finding the strength
do the thing.
We haven't uploaded this yet, obviously. So
this is very raw. You told us to do it raw, so please forgive us.
But what we'd like to do is, obviously, we want to see all our 4% friends and family
yes.
breaking through their walls. We want them all to be successful, as we're going to be successful. We believe that from our hearts. We believe this is just the start of our dream, and it's all down to what the 4% has given us.
Yes.
So we would like to take a moment to thank you, Vic.
Yes, thank you.
Your work ethic is second to none. What you've done with the challenge is incredible. It will change millions of lives.
Yeah.
So we'd like to thank you, your team, and everybody, and thank you for taking the time to actually watch our humble little video from our home.
Thank you.
Take care, and hopefully we look forward to seeing you all in the flesh very soon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry about that. I had no audio. I had it muted out. Sorry about that, you guys. Okay. We're back. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I was just saying that this is stories like this that, that gives me inspiration. I see a lot of you guys are saying, hey, this is inspiring. This is good. That's kind of what we wanted to do. We wanted to inspire people. That's why we're here. That's why we created the 4%. And, thing number one is inspiration. Without inspiration, nothing happens, right? First, you need to inspire yourself. It can be through other stories. That's how I broke through to success, man. That's how, I went from, from just like, I think I can do it. I don't believe in myself, and just that brick wall, that mental brick wall. I don't know, because of mental conditioning, right? You're going through the 4% challenge. I think it's session 4. We talked about that terror barrier, right? But it's repetition. It's stories like this, and what I was doing early in my career. I was literally, there was a channel called the Success Training Network, and I don't think they're around anymore, but that's what they did. They just basically streamed pre-recorded like stories of people going from rags to riches, like in different industries, and like people overcoming tremendous adversities, health-wise, family, business, like losing everything, financial adversity, like you name it, right? And I was just listening to those stories, and it got me inspired. And as I got inspired, I went from being like, I don't know, I don't think it's for me because of that conditioning, right? That we all get conditioned into because of our environment. Then you start to, the more you listen to it, and this is where most people fail, you guys. Most people stop listening to things that inspire them. And what they do is they start to listen to the news. They start to listen to what the Trump is doing or saying. They start to listen to the Putins of the world, right? And they're watching it with eyes like this big in fear of what's going to happen. And you know what? There is not one iota that you can change, right? By yourself in thinking about it. In looking at the world, but you know what? Your dream slips between your fingers, right, like the sand. Nothing good happens there. So what we need to do is continue to listen, continue to reinforce the inspiration. And I was listening to enough of those stories to where I went from like, I think it's for somebody else. I don't think I can make it. To maybe I can do it. Maybe this is for me, man. I mean, after all, that guy did it, and he went through tremendous adversity, and he's no different. He's got 2 eyes and 2 ears and 2 arms and 2 legs, and I kind of have the same thing. He's got red blood running in his veins, and I kind of have that too, right? I think I can do it. So I went from I don't think, I don't believe, to maybe it's possible, and the more I listen to it, to that I'm like, dude, I'm going to do this. Like, I will do this. I'm going to figure out a way to do this. You know what I mean? And so I went from that, and I continue to listen, and I continue to get, to keep my focus in the right place. And then I went, you know what? I'm gonna commit to doing this, right? And then I started to believe in myself, and I started to reinforce that belief to myself. And before you know it, boom, things are happening, right? So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys, and just wanted to inspire you and let you know that, you know what? You can do this. You can succeed, whatever it is that you're doing. Don't let anybody tell you that you cannot. As long as it's worthy, as long as what you're doing is worth doing. If you're doing something that's not worth doing it, get out, get away from it, get behind something that you feel great about, you feel inspired, you feel accomplished, you feel like you're providing value to the world, and if you do, man, you got to get extraordinary at that thing. It kind of brings me to this second the segue to where, the topic that I wanted to talk with you about today. As I was thinking about earlier today, I'm like, Eric Thompson, yeah, inspired. Who else is inspired, right? How many of you guys are going to become extraordinary? Well, before I say going to, how many of you guys would like to become extraordinary? I'm not talking about being typical or being like everybody else, or just kind of mingling and kind of, maybe I will do it, maybe I won't, right? I like this, right? How many of you guys want to commit like this? I'm going to be extraordinary, right? Most people in your life that tell you that it's, something is impossible, right? I'm going to tell you nothing is impossible. Like literally nothing is impossible. Literally nothing is impossible, So I want to talk to you about how do you do that, okay? And I'll give you 5-step process. I think it was, in the email, if you got an email from me earlier, I said it was 3-step process. I'll give you 2 bonus items, all right? I'll give you 5-step process. How do you become extraordinary and, and achieve things that most people will tell you that are impossible to achieve. You can apply that in marketing. You can apply that in traffic generation. You can apply that do you think it's extraordinary to be able to generate, 10,000 visitors in a day? That's pretty extraordinary, In this industry, do you think it's pretty extraordinary to be able to turn your monthly income? Like, think about it. How much you've earned the last month doing whatever you were doing, totally too cool, whatever that was, right? Now, what if I tell you that, you know what? I'm going to challenge you to earn that in a week, right? Or how about I challenge you to earn that in a day? And better yet, repeat it over and over and over and over and over again. Is it possible, right? I remember I was... since we're all entrepreneurs here and we're talking about, a lot of people, are looking at, or they're measuring their success based on, I guess their measuring stick is their bank account, at least in the beginning, right? Which is totally fine. It was mine at the beginning too. We can talk about money a little bit here, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it. As long as money is not your master, you're good, right? As long as you master your money, everything is good. But man, I mean, the more, if you can become more successful, if you can score, more points, your bank account gets bigger, all that stuff, you have more options and you have more opportunities, you can do more things, you can breathe easier, you can sleep a little bit better, right? Maybe, release some of those worries from your life. You can maybe help your family get cooler things, and I don't know, man, maybe it's something as simple as going to like Whole Foods and buy yourself organic strawberries instead of poisonous strawberries. I don't know what that is for you, man, but being able to have control and options is kind of nice, So, I forgot what I was going with this, but bottom line is this, being extraordinary is a good thing, you guys, okay? Check this out. I'm going to give you 5 steps. Let's just go ahead and dive into this, and then maybe we're going to hang out and just talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. I just want to deliver value to you. By the way, before I do that, okay, here is my screen. Okay, everybody see my screen? So we're going to be writing some stuff in here in just a moment. Okay, if you guys are on 4percent.com/live right now today, and this is what? 23rd of April, right? April 23rd. What you guys can do is, if you haven't already, okay, go ahead and get yourself on if you want to. You don't have to do this. In fact, don't do this if you're not committed to becoming extraordinary in traffic. Don't do this, okay? Don't. I'm going to tell you, don't. Because you're going to waste your time, you're going to waste your resources, you're going to waste your mental RAM. You probably can, focus that on somewhere else. But if you want to be extraordinary, specifically in traffic generation, okay? Specifically. What you can do, okay, is on 4percent.com/live, there's a button right now anyways. It's not going to be here for over the next couple of days. That button will not be here. But what you can do is you can click on that button. It will give you a little pop-up saying, hey, if you want to get yourself on a VIP list, we are releasing a training called Mass Traffic Blueprint, which is a precursor. Okay, it's like a really, really yummy appetizer that we're releasing for free. We're not even selling this appetizer to for any price. We might sell it later, or maybe offer this as a bonus training in some of the other premium level courses. But it's literally a blueprint on getting massive traffic and learning the language of traffic generation on the internet, unlike you have ever seen before. Okay, so. And you'll be able to have first priority access to that training when it goes live here over the next few days. So if you want that, only if you want that, go ahead and get yourself on a VIP list. If you're gonna opt in with like fake email or just kind of kick tires, don't bother. Okay, but if you want to get access to that training, it'll be free for a limited time. We're gonna be putting out to the marketplace. It's a precursor. We're celebrating a grand opening of the mother of all training, coaching programs that we are bringing into the marketplace called Internet Traffic Mastery. That's coming out a little bit later on, but this is going to be a really great precursor. It will put you on a path to getting like boatloads of traffic, like I don't know, 10,000 visitors, 5,000 visitors, 500 visitors, but that's just a start, okay? So, but it's going to teach you the whole language of marketing, the whole language of traffic generation and conversion specifically, to be exact. Okay, so you can do that by just getting yourself on a VIP list if it's still available. If you're watching this on YouTube or Facebook, of course, you cannot do that because you have to be on 4percent.com/live. Okay, so let me share my screen with you real quick. All right, and let's dive into this. I want to give you these 5 steps here. Okay. Somebody says, have seen it today, and it's great stuff. I'm not sure, Tim, if you're talking about Mass Traffic Blueprint. Mass Traffic Blueprint is not out for anybody yet. It will be out, okay? Okay, how to become extraordinary, okay, and do what most people consider impossible. Can everybody see this okay on your screens? If you guys can please let me know, that'd be awesome. Wilbert on Facebook saying, how to become extraordinary, I want to try it. Hey, if you guys are on Facebook, if you could share it, I would appreciate it. That'd be awesome. Also, if you guys are here on 4% Live, I would appreciate if you can spread the message. Help us reach more people, that would be awesome. Okay, check this out. All right, I'm going to do 5 steps. I'm not even going to sell you on the concept of being extraordinary because there's two options, right? There's 2 ways, there's 2 things that we can do. There's 2 routes we can take. We can be ordinary or we can be extraordinary. That's it. Pretty simple. Okay? Step number one, I'll make it very quick, and I'll kind of elaborate on this, and we're going to talk about it, okay, a little bit. Step number one, I kind of touched upon this. Very, very simple. You guys, I want to give you this precursor here, okay? Look, this stuff will change your life. Guarantee you. These results are typical. If you follow these 5 steps, your life will be changed. Not maybe, not if, not hoping so. It will get changed. It will change your life in whichever area that you're going to apply this in. You can apply it to your health. You can apply it to your basketball game, right? You can apply it to your golf game. You can apply it to your marketing game. You can apply it to your traffic generation game, your conversions, your sales skills, your closing abilities, anything, right? Anything. Communication skills, anything, okay? So these results are typical. Specifically what I mean, like, you can become extraordinary. You can, like, if average is here, you can be like here. Like, not just a little bit slight edge, right? You can be like leaps and bounds over ordinary, okay? If you want to do that, here are the 5 steps. They're very, very simple, and that is why I'm going to give you a warning here wherever you're watching this. It will fly over 95% of people that are watching this message. It will go over their ears because of the simplicity, okay? It will go over their head. They will not pick up on this. Why? Because people are trained to fail. People, for the most part, are unconsciously competent at failing. And I was like that. I can talk about it because I was there, right? And I can tell you straight up, most people, 95, 96% are unconsciously competent at failing. Whatever they do, they fail, right? Very few people are unconsciously competent at success. Whatever they do, they succeed, right? You can be that or you can be this, whichever group you want to be in. But here's the formula, okay? Number one is I want to make a decision. Simple, right? I want to make a decision to become extraordinary. How many people do you know that are talking about that, but they never made a decision? Never. Okay, make a decision. Simple as that. Make a decision, right? Make a decision. Yeah, Vic, show me the secret. Step number one, man. Step number one of the secret formula. Make a decision to become extraordinary. If you didn't make a decision to become extraordinary, you already made a decision by default to become ordinary. Very simple. You know? Not a rocket science, I know. All right, so let me show you something else. And I'm going to prove it to you, okay? I'm going to prove something to you as well. Step number 2, okay? Once I made a decision, I have no idea where to start, where to go, okay? I just want to be extraordinary. Let's say I want to be an extraordinary marketer, right? How many of you guys here would like to be extraordinary marketers? If you can let me know, I'm seeing your comments here. You guys are on 4% live. I'm looking at that comments. Ellen said, I have made a decision. Jeremy, okay? Hank says, true. 7-figure blogger, first step, make a decision. Pen and paper ready, Gabriel. That's awesome. Love it. Ethan Harms. Yes, I need to stop slicing the golf ball. My life has already changed, JL says, yeah. Okay, me. Look, when you make a decision, you don't be timid about it. You say it, right? You say, I'm going to do this, and here's what I'm going for. And if it's worth the destination, why being ashamed of it, right? You don't have to be ashamed of it. But here's the thing, when you make a decision, most of your people in your life, most of the people that you're listening to, your friends, your family members, your acquaintances, they will try to bring you down. It's like crabs in a bucket, man. One crab tries to get out, the rest are like pulling him down, right? They'll try to protect you. They'll try to, they'll tell you things like, dude, take care of yourself, man. Why do you need to work that hard? They'll try to help you, right? You understand what's happening. If you don't, a lot of people fail because they don't understand what's really happening. Make a decision. You made a decision to become extraordinary. Great. That's step number 1. If you didn't, you already made a decision to become ordinary or to be ordinary. Simple. Really, really simple. Yeah. Somebody says decide, commit, succeed. Okay. Check it out. All right. Once I made a decision, look, and I might not know what's going on or where to start with. Okay. What I need to do is I got to go to step number 2, okay, which is I'm going to find the right coach. Okay, I'll tell you something that I was, again, not a rocket science here, right? Find the right coach. This step is easy in theory. It's very, very hard in practice. How do you know which coach is right? And I'm not here to try to direct you in any way or tell you what to do here. I'm just giving you the formula. The formula applies to everything, right? I was listening to, how many of you guys know who Tim Grover is, right? Tim Grover? How many of you guys know who Tim Grover is? Okay, we're back here. No audio. Okay, somebody says no audio. Gilbert says, I want to be extraordinary. Okay, I made a decision, Aquilino says. Yep, nice. Okay, if you have no audio, just refresh. That should fix it for you. I was listening to Tim Grover, right? And he was talking about this story of Michael Jordan, because he coached like Michael Jordan back when he was in his prime days, and he was working with Michael Jordan for a long time. And Michael Jordan hired him, and he says, I'm paying you money not for coaching me necessarily. I'm paying you money not to coach anybody else, because he was the right coach, right? He was the right coach for Michael Jordan. And so if you look at any professional athletes, people that are absolutely on top of their games, there is one common theme that everybody has, which is a coach, right? If you look at, Elon Musk's of the world and Jeff Bezos's of the world and any like extraordinary business and entrepreneur figures in any niche, there is one common theme. They all have a coach, right? Not necessarily a mentor, but a coach. So we'll come back to that, are you doing live? We're having a live, on a live, while doing a live. So, okay, so it's important. Okay, we can talk a little bit more about that in a minute here. Okay, you guys getting this? Hey, what are your reasons for helping us? Monsef says, what are your reasons for helping us? Okay, there you go, right there, you guys, okay? See, right there, that shows you conditioning. Like, Monsef, you're a cool human being, I'm sure, but you're like, hey, there's got to be a catch for you training us, right? I give out 90% of my stuff that I give away is free. At least 80%. Free training, right? Live, Facebook Lives, YouTube video, just a whole bunch. Interviews, 80% of my stuff is free. I got another 20% of my stuff. They're my courses, they're my company, they're stuff that we're selling and creating and developing, right? The way that you become, one of the ways that you become great, right, is to focus on becoming somebody who's difficult to replace, right? So if I give you value, and if you take this information, if you take these 5 steps I'm going to give you today, and you're like, dude, I'm just going to apply it. I'm just going to write it down. I'm going to think about each one of those and how I can apply it in my life, in whichever area I want to become extraordinary in. And I'm just going to figure this out. I'm going to just do it. You know what's going to happen? 6 months from now, you will look back at this webinar and you'll be like, dude, that was a shifting point in my life. That was a turning point in the direction where my life was going. If I was going here, boom, now I'm going here, right? I guarantee it. And it costs you 0, okay? So, okay, check it out. Find a coach, okay? Step number 3. Oh, this is a good one right here, okay? Step number 3 is you want to do this. Exceed your targets. This is important. In activity and production, okay? Exceed your targets in activity and production. Let me give you a little breakdown of what that means. This is where I see a lot of people, miss out on, right? And a lot of people are not hitting this point correctly, okay? So check it out. If I have a coach, okay? If I have a coach, I'll tell you this. A perfect example for me, something that I lived through and something that I like, dude, this applies to literally business and health and all that stuff, right? So, my wife, keeps saying, why are you giving this example all the time? I'm like, because it's so simple to understand, right? So several years ago, I was like 35 pounds overweight or something like that, 30, 40 pounds overweight. And I wanted to change that, right? And I found myself a coach. I got to the point to where I made a decision. So I did step number 1. I made a decision, right? I said, you know what? I'm doing this. One time, if you guys know that story, my family and I, we went on a little vacation. We got back, and I look at the pictures, and I'm looking at one of the pictures on the phone. I'm like, dude, I'm asking my wife, like, who is this guy? And it's a picture of me from the back, right? I'm looking at that guy. I'm like, who is this dude? And she just burst into laughter. She's like, that's you. For me, that was a turning point. For me, that was it in that particular area, right? Financially, for me, that was when we did not have $1.19 to our name, literally. Back 14 years ago, right? 13 years ago, 14 years ago. So there comes a point, and not everybody's ready for this. That's why not everybody's going to succeed. A lot of people's problem is that they're comfortable, right? If you're comfortable, that's the biggest problem you have. If you don't find yourself to the point to where, you know what, you need to make a decision, you can talk about decision all you want. How many of you guys can relate? Right? You wonder, like, why is that so many people are not successful? Because it's not hurting bad enough, man. It's just not. They say it is, but it's just not. In reality, it's not. When you get to the point to where you have to make a change, you have to make a decision, you won't do it. You can talk about it, you can shout, Rick Franz says, far from comfortable. But I'm telling you, that's why most people fail, is because they never take this step number one, not because they don't understand it, not because they heard it a million times in their lifetime, but because they just never consciously made that happen yet. They just never made a decision. That's it. So decision for me in financial world, right, in business and marketing world, when I did not have $1.19 to my name. That was the rock bottom, man. And I had to make a decision. And when I made that decision, I stopped counting the hours. I stopped feeling sorry for myself. I stopped, I need to get 8 hours of sleep. Dude, I made a decision. This is it. It's do or die situation. When you make a decision, it's going to stem from that do or die situation. You guys getting this or not? Right? When it's do or die situation for you, you will be successful. Prove it to you. God forbid somebody put a gun to your head and says, you know what, you've got 10 days to make 10K. Or you won't exist. Or your family won't exist. Would you do it? Think about it. You've never done marketing. You've never made a dime on the internet, right? If that was true, God forbid, would you do it? Okay? You would. You would, because it's a do or die situation. When it's tough, but you can still tolerate, you get what you tolerate, right? If you tolerate your current situation, if you tolerate that, you'll continue having that situation in every area of your life, man. Every area of your life. You get what you tolerate, right? So making a decision is I can tell you about myself. My back was against the wall, and there was no other way. There was no room. That's it. It was do or die. When that situation happened, if I had to stay up 24 hours figuring it out, I had a finite, very small window that I needed to make this work. Otherwise, we would not eat. I did not have no money. Literally. No money coming in. Literally. Like, it wasn't one of those things to where I could maybe withdraw some 401. We didn't have no credit cards, no 401, nothing. Right? And in my health situation, when I saw myself from the back, and it's like those, nice puffy love handles, and I didn't recognize myself. When you see yourself and you get yourself, it's conditioning, right? It's like that frog in the water, and it's not boiling. It's okay, dude. It's gonna sit there, and you turn up the heat a little bit, slowly. The frog is gonna stay there. It's not gonna jump out. It's gonna boil to death, and it's not gonna jump out. Why? Because it's little. Little deviation here, 2 degrees off over here, right? You're doing, you tolerate this little situation over here, that's fine. Maybe I'll do it next time. Maybe I'll figure this out over the next 30 days. You'll never do it. You'll boil to death, and you'll not make it happen, And so I looked at myself, I'm like, dude, really? That's it. That night, that very same night, I went out there, and I found, I came across Tony Horton, I came across Tony Horton from Beachbody, right? P90X. How many of you guys heard about Beachbody? Yeah. And I saw one infomercial, hypey as heck, right? infomercial for P90X. A lot of you guys know that story. I bought it right there on the spot. I said, you know what? I'm doing this. I love eating sugars and cookies and cakes and candies and ice cream and, pizzas and you name it, right? I love that stuff, man. I love to go and have a good dinner, a 3,000 calorie plate. I love that kind of stuff. Well, my results would show it. But because I lived in that for so long, it was little bit here. You don't gain 40 pounds in one night. You do it little by little. An ounce here, an ounce there. Before you know it, you don't notice it until something hits you. And then you're like, dude, this is it. And then you make a decision. So this whole business I'm talking to you right now, right, about these 5 steps, you guys, they're not just, I'm not just wasting your time here. I'm telling you the stuff that will change your life. But not everybody will have it because not everybody will resonate with it, and not everybody is ready for it. And I get it. I wasn't ready for it until I was, So check this out. So I get P90X, right? And I get myself. So I made a decision that night. That was my rock bottom. That was my do or die situation. That's it. All this stuff that I loved, all those foods or love foods or sugar cravings, all that stuff, it just disappeared, vanished just like that, instantly. I didn't have to go on some, let's just do it. It was cold turkey, man, right? I found myself a coach right away, the right coach, because Tony Horton, I watched his stuff. And then he said, you know what? Here's a program. He laid down a coaching program, P90X, right? I paid for it. I got it. It's like a 3-month program or something like that, 90-day program. And my goodness, right? It was tough. But here's the thing, I'll tell you the secret. This is thing number 3. This is something that I came up with. And I'll tell you, this is, you're not going to hear it from, if you hear it from somebody else, it's probably because, maybe they heard this webinar or something like that. I don't know. I mean, this is from my experience, I'm telling you, okay? Imagine this. I'm this guy that's overweight, right? I'm like, dude, you jog for a little bit and you're all sweaty and this is like tough. Your heart pounds inside of you, right? You're like, dude, I don't know if I can do it. But here's the thing. Step number 3, I'll tell you. Step number 3, whatever your coach tells you, whatever it is that you're learning to make the change in the area that you want to change or become extraordinary in, here's what you do. You make a decision to consciously exceed your targets in activity and production, okay? Make make a decision or make it a goal, okay? So for me, initially, I would go and I would push myself to the limit and then some, right? I would push myself literally to the limit and I would go a little bit extra. The whole entire time as I'm doing that, right? As I'm prepping, because these guys are already fit in the program and they're doing their exercises and they're showing you what to do and all that stuff, right? And so I'm like, dude, I'm doing this. So you have a big enough reason. And so my intention was this. I'm not going to do it just like you. I'm going to exceed what you're showing me to do. With the right form, with the same, tempo, with everything, but I'm going to exceed that what you're showing me to do. I'm going to exceed it. See, if the target is here, you do, 10 pull-ups over here, I could barely do 2 and I'm starting over here. And this is where their target is. This is what they're challenging me to do right now, right? And I could barely do 2 pull-ups, man. I'm like, I'm going for doing 40 pull-ups. That's my target right here. And I'm working, and I'm like, this doesn't even exist. This is just a little milestone that I want to just exceed. I want to smash this target. See what I'm saying? Am I confusing you guys or is it making sense? Okay? So as I'm doing this, if your target is this, you will come just short of it all the time. See what I'm saying? Like if I give you a target, if I say, you know what, go for, turning your monthly income into your weekly income. And you'd be like, all right. So I give you a target. You will not hit it. You know why? Because you're human. When you hit it, when you say, you know what, you challenge me to do my monthly income in my weekly, turn it into my weekly income, I'm going to go for daily. Bam. Right? And your activity and your production equals that, to be on that run rate, you will smash this goal. It will not even exist. You will become extraordinary, right? This is how you become extraordinary, right? I'm familiar with the target, crystal clear, makes sense, okay? Decision. As Will says, just decide. It's true, okay? So exceed your targets in activity and production, okay? I still do, still do that P90X thingy. Did it this morning, and I'm like, you guys are going for 20, 30 reps. I'm going to go double that, right? And I'm pushing myself all the time. If you are, give you a practical example. If you buy a program, a coaching program, if you go through a coaching program by somebody else, right? And if your coach tells you, make sure it's the right coach, right? And how do you know it's the right coach? Make sure they have success stories from other people. Don't look at their results. It's very easy for me to get results myself. Very easy. I can go out there. I can create a bunch of money myself as an affiliate, promoting some stuff, whatever. I can go, just throw a bunch of money into ads and make $1 million, and then say, you know what? Follow me. I've got these results. Well, it may or may not be a good idea, because it's very easy for me to get result. A good coach is somebody who can help other people get the results that they want. See what I'm saying? That's how you know when the coach is good. So Tony Horton, in my example, he helped a lot of other people get fit. Is that a good coach? I would think so, right? Other people's success stories, not his, because he could be working out all his life. Maybe he has some great genes for being fit or whatever. But if he can help this guy drop 100 pounds and become fit, this guy dropped 200 pounds, this guy dropped 30, and there is a pattern for success, right? In success stories, then that's how you know that's a good coach. So in every area of your life that you want to change, whether it's money, go to somebody who understands money. Whether it's marketing, go to somebody who understands marketing. And somebody who has, a track record for creating success stories and lots of it, right? Very important. And then whatever the coach tells you, you go for exceeding whatever the target is. If it's in health, go beyond that, okay? Go beyond that set target. If it's in marketing, if they say, hey, run, if those guys are going through the 4% challenge right now, okay? You're going through a daily, coaching program with specific action steps. So whatever it tells you to do, right? You consider me your coach in that program. I'm telling you exactly what to do each and every single day of the program, literally every single day. You know what you would do if you want to become extraordinary? Okay? You already got this, hopefully. You already got this handled, okay? You got to work on this. Exceed your targets daily. So if I tell you to run this campaign, you know what I would do in your shoes? I would do that, and I would go extra 20%. I would do that, and I would spend an extra hour, okay, doing something extra. That's how you become extraordinary. Okay? Step number 4, okay? Step number 4, don't compete. Go for the D word. Go for domination, baby, okay? Don't compete, go for domination. A lot of people don't become extraordinary because they're looking at what the other guy is doing, what the other gal is doing, and that's kind of their measuring, measuring stick, right? Some of you guys are watching on Facebook. Awesome, saying awesome, digging this. Okay, great. Hey, if you haven't shared it yet, if you like this kind of stuff, you guys, I know it's simple, man, but it's life-changing, I guarantee it, okay? Share it with somebody that might benefit from it. They'll thank you. Maybe you can change somebody's life, who knows, man? Okay, don't compete, go for domination. When you compete, you look at what other people are doing, and you're like, okay, so here's my target, right? And you're competing. You want to be just like them. Same metaphor I just showed you. Same example. If I had my whiteboard, I would draw this out for you, right? You're starting here, and this is where your competition is at. Don't set your goals based on this. Set your goals way above. Go for total and utter domination. How many of you guys would like to dominate in traffic, marketing, sales, right? How many of you guys would like to dominate contests? Let me show you some. Okay, not to show you this from a perspective of bragging. I'm past that, right? That used to be like the big deal or whatever. When I was first hitting my success levels, I wanted to talk about. Like right now, right now my focus is how many success stories like Dave and Denise that we can create, like the thousands that we have here in the 4%. Through the 4% challenge. And then what I would do is I would go for exceed your targets daily. So if I tell you to run this campaign, you know what I would do in your shoes? I would do that, and I would spend an extra hour, okay? Go for the D word. Go for domination. in other programs that we have here, how many success stories can we create? That's what gets me going right now. But in order for me to be able to do this, I had to lead by example. Right now I'm teaching. We had a webinar earlier today with our promo partners here in the 4%, who were talking about the game plan for domination, the game plan for how do you win, how do you create momentum in your team, how do you create momentum in your business. If I haven't done that myself, right, I would be like, I would be just a shell pretending to be somebody that I'm not. But because I've been through it, I've been through the process, I walk the walk, I talk the talk, right? And now I have a perspective, now I can lead you. Let me show you something. Let me see if I can bring this up here. Okay. So I remember, several, I'm a pretty competitive guy. Okay, I was just actually going through some of the stuff earlier today, and I came across some of these screenshots that I took for myself. A good memory. Okay, take a look at this. This was one of the, it's back in 2012, as you can see here, right? You guys see this? Right, look, back in 2012. Okay, this was a sales contest in one of the companies I was a part of. And there's me, okay, and there's Mr. Sheck, okay, a buddy of mine, knows Sheck very well, very successful internet entrepreneur, okay, see the points there? Like when I came into that company promoting as an affiliate, I didn't own it. I strategically positioned myself in marketing to win and not to compete. Competition is this right here, 5,100, 4,900, 200 points, okay? 41, 3,200, 2,900. This is competition right here, okay? This competition. Okay, that's competition, you guys. What I'm saying, what I'm going to challenge, and very few people will get this, but here's the thing, you can learn how to absolutely dominate in whatever it is that you're doing, okay? So what you do is instead of competing, like try to get like over here and compete with people, what you do is you come up with a game plan, whether it's health, whether it's marketing. I'm a marketing guy, right? I can teach you traffic generation. I can teach you marketing stuff at the next level. I promise you. I can teach you traffic at the level nobody else in this industry will teach you. Mark my words. Guarantee it. I know this game, right? So to do that, you need to game plan your campaigns. You need to strategically design your campaigns to go over here to get this result, and then your competition becomes no competition. You go for utter domination, right? Let me show you this other one here. Check it out. Okay, here's another contest. Okay, see the difference, you guys, here? Right there, in points. Yeah, this was a company called Empower Network back in the day, right? Okay. Okay, now this is not because I'm somebody special, you guys. This is because I decided. I did the 3 steps. I'm telling you right here. See what I'm saying? I did these 3 things right here, you guys, right? Actually, 4 things. Okay? I did this. I made a decision. I made a decision way before that, though, right? I got myself the right coach before that. That happened when nobody was watching. When everybody's seeing this result right here, they're saying, hey, how lucky you are, right? Lucky you, dude. You can pull, you can do a campaign, you can make $2 million in 6 months promoting somebody else's product. I cannot do that. You lucky. You know what they don't see? They don't see this, and they don't see this. They don't see the 3 steps. They only see domination, right? They only see domination. So what I'm going to tell you right here is a lot of people, right, that are mediocre, they find an excuse for being mediocre and they justify it. It happens. 96%, 96 people out of 100, they follow that model. They're being mediocre, they're competing, they're failing, and then they justify why they failed. That's the formula, right? When they see somebody that's succeeding, when you start to succeed, here's what they'll tell you. They'll say, you're lucky. They'll say, you're doing something that, like, you're not supposed to do, whatever. What they don't know is they don't know the place where you had to make a decision, where your back was against the wall, where you did not know what you're going to do tomorrow. how you felt, right? How frustrated you were for being mediocre and not being able to break through. They did not see that. They did not know how you felt. They did not see that. They were not there, right? They did not know, and they did not see, and they were not there when you were looking for the right coach. They did not see you sweating and grinding. They did not see you pulling all-nighters and staying up until 5 a.m. trying to figure this game out called marketing. They were not there when you were in the office behind your computer on Friday night and Saturday morning and Sunday afternoon when they were on the beach goofing off with their families, right? You guys getting this? You guys, this is what it takes to become extraordinary, man. Okay? So my question to you is, what do you want, right? You want to go through your life being mediocre and having everything being mediocre in your life, right? And enjoy the beach and enjoy the goof-offs and, you know, enjoy whatever you're enjoying, a little bit of here, a little bit of here, but then you go mediocre for the rest of your life. You never, ever become extraordinary. Or do you want to go for being completely insane for a short period of time, okay? Short-term inconvenience, massive inconvenience to get to long-term extraordinary comfort. And these people will see you here, and most of your friends that are your friends, they will not be your friends, and you got to be okay with it, because you will have new friends. And people, when they celebrate your failures here, well, not really celebrate, but when they're there with you when you're failing, and when you start succeeding, they disappear. Are they your friends? No. All right? No, not real ones. Right? When you start going places and the crabs in the bucket pull you down, they're like, dude, you want to be with us here, dude. It's comfortable here. Come on. Right? They're not. You're going to get away from them. That's why environment is more important than what's built into your genes from birth. Right? Does that make sense, Sandra? Okay? So go for domination, man. You set yourself a target and you go for complete and utter domination. How many of you guys would like to dominate as marketers? How many of you guys would like to dominate as marketers, yeah? Cheryl says, yes, I get it. My back is against the wall. Fire your friends. Okay, you gotta know what you're going up against, and you gotta know the right expectations. A lot of people start out and they don't have the right expectations, and when the going gets tough, they're like, dude. That's why if you guys are not in the 4% challenge, you're missing out big time. Like if you're watching this and you're not in the 4% challenge, I can look you in the eye right now. I'm going to tell you, you're missing out $1 million life-changing coaching. Literally. Kid you not. I kid you not. Session 4 of 4% challenge alone will make everything change for you if you follow it to the T. Okay? I'm just telling you, dude, you don't have to take this information. You can just watch it. You can just, if you're watching this on your phone and just listening while you're doing something else, you know what? You're going to listen to it. You're going to forget it. And you're going to go back to your life and back to your situations and back to your whatever you were doing, and you'll forget this message. If you don't take action right away on something, you might as well don't even worry about hearing this message, because you'll forget it, right? If you're not a part of the 4% challenge, well, you can be ordinary, I guess, If you want to become extraordinary in marketing specifically, so I'm going to, again, you can apply this, you guys, to anything, right? But I'll tell you this. If you are done with being ordinary, marketer, okay? Marketing has 3 pillars: traffic, conversions, which is communication, a lot of subliminal messaging and how you portray yourself, your posture, your messages, all that stuff. It's more important than the traffic alone. And number 3 is systems. Okay, so I want to have these 3 components. It's called marketing. Okay, this is the marketing umbrella. This is the marketing house. So, mass traffic blueprint will put you on the right path. It will be a precursor to a program that I have coming out called Internet Traffic Mastery. Literally, Internet Traffic Mastery. For those people that want to master the game of marketing at the level unlike anybody else. What level? This kind of level right here. Okay? I'm not talking about like, I mean, a lot of these guys are my buddies, man. But I'm telling you, you just you can play the game or you can just dominate. And this is not because I'm somebody special, you guys. Again, college dropout, barely graduated high school. English is my third language. Dude, made so many mistakes, more mistakes than anybody I know, right? But you know why? Because I did these 3 things. I made a decision, find myself the right coach, and I did this a lot, which brings me to step number 5. And because I've done that, I can teach you how to do it. Okay? I can teach you how to do it. Look, step number 5. Okay? Okay? Step number 5 is very simple. You're going to repeat steps 3 and 4. Okay? With intensity until you form a habit. That's it. You guys, 5 steps will change your life. Okay? Make a decision. Find the right coach. I can do a 1-day seminar on each one of these 5 steps right here. Exceed your targets and production, what's expected from you, okay, for yourself. As you're doing that, set your eye for domination, not just competition. And then you're going to repeat this and this, these 2 steps, with intensity. What's intensity? Intensity is like this. I go to a gym, and I have this workout program, right? 20 exercises, different sets, different reps, all that stuff. 20 sets or whatever. And I can drag it out for 5 hours, right? Or I can compress time frames, and I can do that activity that I need to do. I can do it in 30 minutes. It's intensity, right? If I do same activity, but what I need, like intensity would be like 30 minutes time frame, but I can drag it, I can spread it out to like 5 hours. Same activity, dude, I'm doing same stuff, right? I will nowhere near get the results. Not even close. I might as well don't even waste my time if I will not apply intensity in my application of the ideas. Does that make sense? So intensity is being able to condense and compress time frames and just create momentum. The big M in your business is everything. It's not something, it's everything. So your whole strategy as a marketer, I'm going to talk to marketers here because I think we'll have a lot of marketers here. Okay? You guys marketers, you need to strategize your game plan in marketing. Have strategy that would have these steps 2, 3, and 4 right here. Okay, and you remove the time from it. Okay, how do you do that? You got to have the right coach to tell you how to do it. You got to make a decision. These 5 steps will change your life. I guarantee these results are typical. Okay. It's the same concept of, you want to become a millionaire? It's a nice way of saying it, I'm a millionaire. But making $1 million in 5 years, everybody here watching me is a millionaire. You know what? You live long enough and you work long enough, right? You can work at McDonald's, you become a millionaire. You can work at Walmart, you become a millionaire. You just live long enough and continue to working, you will make $1 million in your lifetime. If you live long enough. Might take you, 80 years, 90 years, maybe 100 years, but you will make $1 million. Guarantee. If you live long enough and you continue to work. But it's a difference, right? It's a big difference to make $1 million in 80 years, 30 years, right? 5 years, or making it in a year. What's the difference? Okay? What's the difference? The difference right here, okay, is this. Steps 3 and 4. That's it. You guys, steps 3 and 4. Exceeding your targets in activity and production. So the question is what kind of activity? What kind of production? What do I do? Right? It's making sense, everybody? Alex Z, what's up, man? Alex Z. I guess we got to talk about income guarantees, right? Hey, here's a guarantee of income, I can tell you this. If you don't do these 5 steps, I guarantee you mediocrity, and I guarantee you poverty as an internet entrepreneur. It's bad. Sucks, man. Frustration, you know, waking up in the morning and like being that, you know, that feeling in your stomach like, dude, why can't I just figure this out, man? And you're doing this thing and this thing and you just like, you just saying over and you know, maybe you have been doing it for years, trying to break through. My challenge for you is to become extraordinary, man. Just decide to become extraordinary. When you're ready, you can become extraordinary, right? Or when you wake up in the morning, you'd be like, it doesn't matter what's going on in the world today. Everybody's talking about whatever they're talking about. I can go out there and I can create my own economy, okay? I can create my own economy. So activity and production here, there are some keywords here. By the way, is this helpful, you guys? Yeah. Is this helpful? So check this out. Activity and production for entrepreneurs, you guys. Number one, and this is what we're tackling right now. Okay, you will see some stuff coming out from 4%. Okay, is traffic generation and being able to convert traffic into leads and customers. That's it. That's your first milestone, the very first thing you got to understand. Not technologies, not like all these fancy gadgets and whatnot. That's it. Traffic, very helpful, yes? Okay, good. Yes, if it's helpful, you guys, the only thing I'm asking for you is just please share it with somebody you think might benefit from it. That's it. Okay, that'd be awesome. Okay, so for entrepreneurs, I don't care what it is that you're promoting, your activity and production, your first application, your first set, okay, of applying these 5 steps should be in traffic generation and conversions. Okay, and right away as you're doing that, creating a system around your activities, because my friend, this is how you go for domination. Okay, you can dominate systematically. That's even better than domination it by itself. How to dominate systematically? The way you can flip the autopilot switch, and this is where you become unconsciously competent. Not only at success, but you become unconsciously competent at domination, man, that big D word. I don't know if you want that. I don't know. I really don't, you know. I really don't know if you want that. How many of you guys would like that, huh? Here's what I'll do. Mass traffic blueprint will be a good start for you, okay? When I look you in the eye, I'm going to say if you want to dominate in traffic generation and conversions, mass traffic blueprint, which will be out, in a few days, that would be number one step that I would definitely go. I would go straight to that because it will put you on a path for domination in traffic. And let's say if you're promoting a ClickBank product, maybe you're promoting, doesn't matter what really. It doesn't matter. Network marketing, MLM company, your own deal. You're promoting pencils, paper, computers, electronics, I don't know, man, coaching programs, books, right? Getting in front of people that are pre-interested in what you got, understanding the language of traffic is first step of domination as a marketer, as an entrepreneur, right? As you're getting that traffic, understanding what do you do with that traffic as soon as it comes your way, how do you turn it into leads and customers, and immediately as you do these 2 steps, how do you create a system around that activity so that every single visitor, every single dollar you invest in marketing and building your infrastructure, it's an investment in your business systematically. That's why McDonald's dominates, not because they have the best products. You got to have the good product to promote. That's a given, right? But you don't have to have a product yourself. You can promote other people's products. You can make a killing if you want to. Okay, you can. And I'm not saying that, only the elite can. No, you can, dude. I started out from the gutter. I worked my way up. So can you. I'm telling you. The only way that you don't do it is if you don't decide on these 5 steps. Okay? If you don't follow these 5 steps, very simple. So there you go. I just gave you a path, a formula for getting anything you want at the extraordinary level. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to hang out with you, answer any questions you might have. Okay. Let's see. Questions. So hopefully you guys are getting this. Hopefully this is making sense. Think about it. You can do whatever you want with it, but I tell you this: if you think about those 5 steps, just really give it a sincere thought and just for real, just ponder on it. Right? It'll open your eyes on a lot of things. Okay. You have to start somewhere. Everyone was once a beginner. That's right, Tina. That's right. I'm not comfortable. I'm determined to change my life. Sandra Macy. Awesome. Sheldon says, thank you. Who is the coach? Robert. Robert, if you want to learn traffic, okay, I can teach you more about traffic than anybody else in this industry. All right? Not because I'm somebody special or better, because I've dedicated the last decade of my life not dabbling in traffic, but literally mastering traffic. I'm going to teach you the language of traffic. Your start will be, if you're on 4percent.com/live, which you are right here, go and get yourself on that VIP list for Mass Traffic Blueprint. It's a free training program that I'll put out in the next couple of days. It will be precursor to Internet Traffic Mastery. It will put you on the right path to traffic generation domination. It'll open a whole world of traffic for you. That will be a good start for you, okay? I'm not going to coach you on a lot of things. I'm not the best money manager in the world. I'm far from that. You don't I'm not a money manager guy, right? I'm not super analytical guy, right? I've got people that can handle that stuff for me. But when it comes to traffic, when it comes to a vision, when it comes to systems, when it comes to conversions, I'm the best that you will find. Because I paid my dues when nobody was watching. Because when nobody was there, I grinded it out, man, and I figured this out, and I cracked the code, and guess what? I've got the code, right? And I'll show you the code. All right. Vic is the best at multiple streams of income too. Multiple streams of income should be a default for you guys. Okay, if you're not having multiple streams of income as an entrepreneur, you're not an entrepreneur, because every true entrepreneur has multiple streams of income. If you just rely on one source of income, you're an employee, right? You're an employee, man. You can be self-employed if it's a one source of, somebody who's doing landscaping, and they just have one lawnmower, and they're going and trading hours for dollars. They're an employee. They're not a business owner. They're not an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is somebody who can create a structure that runs and generates multiple flows of income, multiple flows of traffic, multiple flows of conversions, it's an organism, right? It's a machine. That's how you know the difference between an entrepreneur and an employee. Okay? All right. Unemployed currently with college degree and MBA. Feel sane. Okay. Is there, let's see, I'm looking for questions here, a lot of comments here. What if you don't have all the money you need to get up and running? Tim, here's what I'll tell you. You want to know the make you feel good answer, or you want to know the true answer? I can give you both. I don't know, man. It's a difficult one. And Vlad over here, actually, you just asked me that question. You're like, well, dude, what if somebody literally doesn't have the money? What do they do? How do they break through? You know what I did? I just went out there and I just borrowed money, man. Borrowed. I mean, what else are you gonna do, dude? Find a way. Again, going back to this decision. My decision was, I did not have no money. I had no money. I borrowed the money, and you know what? I blew it because I did not know what I was doing, because I did not have the right coach at that time yet. Right? What I would tell you, cut off all your plan B and C and D and Z. Some people will tell you, well, you got to have plan A and you got to have plan B. That's logical. Well, that's logical, dude. A lot of logical people out there are broke. right? You can follow that advice. I'm not going to tell you not to. But I'll tell you this, if you have plan B, 90%, 95% positive, rest assured you'll probably have to fall on that plan B, right? Because you get what you tolerate. When you have your back against the wall, and you're like, dude, this is a do or die situation, jump out of the airplane, metaphorically speaking now. Don't do this like in the real world, because you're going to kill yourself. You want to learn how to be able to jump out from the airplane, right, and build your parachute on the way down, or grow your wings on the way down. Impossible, yes, no kidding. That's why most people can't do it. Okay? Somebody says 4% employee, ha ha ha. Stephen Brown, ha ha ha. Stephen Brown, I don't know what you mean, man. I don't know if you realize that 4% are promotional partners here in the 4%. Every single one of them have at least 7 or 8 streams of income. Symbiotic, synergistic, simultaneous, and it's working really, really good. Just saying. Okay, let's see what else. How long did it take you to make your first $100 online? Or to have your breakthrough? Rick Alexander, that's a great question. So what I did is I was promoting this company. Okay, I was promoting a company, a direct sales company, right? And I was doing what everybody else was doing, man. I was just running traffic straight to the offer. No list, wasn't building a list. I borrowed a bunch of money, invested $20K on like Google ads and a whole bunch of stuff that I did not understand. And I made zero money, right? And then I came across some guys like, I'll tell you, one of the people that I was learning from indirectly at that time, one of those people was Dan Kennedy, direct response, old school direct response guy. He's like, dude, if you like everybody else, if there is no way for you to stand out, you just like another fill in the blank. If you're just like another affiliate, if you're just like another rep, if you're just like another, promoter of whatever, and there is no difference between you and somebody else, it's the most dangerous situation, because you are playing whoever gets lucky game, right? He's like, you gotta stand out. So I stopped promoting that or pushing that approach, and I basically created myself a simple landing page, right? I started to drive traffic to that landing page, started to build my list. I did not have the money, okay? So first I borrowed a bunch of money, I blew it, I learned a good lesson. And the most important lesson that I learned from that experience, you guys, it was tough. I cannot begin to explain to you how difficult it was to see literally $20,000 go out the window, and you like zero sales, not even a single sale, not even $1 in commissions came in, right? It was difficult. I'm talking about it right now, but I would tell you this: if I could go back, I would never in my life would like to relive it. Would never wish it on my worst enemy, but I would never change it for anything else, because that brought me here, right? That taught me a very, very valuable stuff. One of the things that it taught me is that there's a lot of blind leading the blind in this industry. A lot of people that you're learning from, or you're looking up to, a lot of people that you're hearing messages from on Instagram, they're posting all these things. They're broke, man, right? They're on welfare. They have no idea how to sell. They have no idea how to market. They have no idea. And none of them, well, maybe I shouldn't say none of them, 99% of them have no idea how to help somebody else get the result that they're showing you how they got. Guarantee it. That's what I learned for my $20,000 invested. And that was money well worth invested on that education, because now I know better. And now I say this to people, and people that listen, right, they change their lives. And people that don't, they get burned. Anyway, so I built my list, right? And I ran an ad on Craigslist. Didn't cost me anything, right? And I had like 20 subscribers, 30 subscribers on my list from that ad. I would email these 20 subscribers. And these guys were in the same niche that I was, right? I was looking to, grow and build their business and all that stuff. Here's what I did. Kid you not, this is my first breakthrough. I emailed these 20, 30 people. I said, hey, everybody, I'm going to do a live teleconference call. I got myself freeconferencecall.com, right? And I signed up for myself a free account. And I said, hey, everybody, call this number on Friday, right? And I'm going to show you, I'm going to talk to and tell you how I got 20 leads in like 2 hours. Because that's what it took when that campaign ran, right? When that ad ran, I got like 20 leads in 2 hours. I didn't make a dime yet, man. It didn't matter. I emailed these 20 people. 2 or 3 people showed up on my teleconference call. And I would call in and say, hey, everybody, this is Vick Strizheus. Thank you for dialing in here. I appreciate you. By the way, just let you know, I've got nothing to sell to you. Dude, I'm broke, man. Like, if money was air, I'm like suffocating, dude. Like, I can't breathe. I'm broke. And here I am telling him, I've got nothing to sell for you today, because I'm going to tell you today how I got 20 leads in like 2 hours. And guess what? I told him exactly what I did. Right? I didn't tell him that they were my 20 subscribers ever. Don't lie to people. But don't tell them what you're going through when you're going through it. That's another lesson I learned. Right? A lot of people are posting their crap in their life that they're going through while they're going through it. Biggest mistake ever, man. You don't do that. Nobody cares. Never call yourself a newbie. Never post your problems or challenges when you're going through them. Talk about them after you have overcome them. That's when you talk about them, because now you got perspective. If you didn't overcome them, keep it zipped, keep it quiet. Okay? And so my 3 people called in, right? And I'm talking to them like there is 3,000 people on that call. And I just deliver value, man. You know what value I delivered? My hands are a little shaky at the time because that's my first teleconference ever, dude. Oh my goodness. 3 people, but as far as I'm concerned, there is 3,000 listening to me. Why? Because of this right here, you guys, okay? See this decision? This right here. I learned this very, very early on, okay? And this right here, okay? I was shooting, dude, my energy level was over here. My income, I wanted to be over here. It was like $5,000, dude. I was like, if I can make $5,000, that would be so awesome. But my energy level reflected, I was going for 500,000. See what I'm saying? That allowed me to create a breakthrough. When a rocket takes off, it needs every single ounce of energy for liftoff. Then when it's in wherever it is, right? It's can be a touchy subject. Maybe we can talk about airplanes better. But you get the point, right? And so I did this webinar or this teleconference call, and nobody bought anything because I didn't sell them anything. That was not the intention. The intention was to start putting my value out there. If you're not valuable in the marketplace, if you don't, that's what we teach in the 4% challenge, man, big time. How do you become valuable? Because your money is a direct reflection of the value that you bring to your marketplace. In any marketplace, right? That's how it is. If you're not valuable, you get paid according to that. If you are, the more valuable you are, the more money you get paid, compensated. And so I wanted to build my value. Instead of trying to sell a product, build a value, right? It's an investment in your people first, and then your people invest in you. That's how it goes. So anyway, I did that one time, and then I ran another ad, and then I got another 20 subscribers. Now my list is like 40, 50 people. I do the same thing, and I do it over and over again, right? And then I mentioned what I was promoting, you know, and then somebody called me because every single email that I was sending out, I would, at the end of that email, I would include my phone number. I would be like, hey, if you have any questions, I'm a real guy, just like you. Just pick up your phone, call me. I would encourage people to contact me because I don't have that many people on the list, right? I got like 20, 40, 50 people listening to me. Hey, I want people to call me because I want to speak to them. And just because of the fact that I left my phone number at the end of that email, that in of itself made me stand out just a little bit. I never at one time talked about how new I am to the industry. I never talked about the fact that I have no sales. Okay? I never talked about my challenges or my problems, ever. Nobody knew. Nobody needed to know. I was talking about where it really mattered. Building my value, man. Building my value, building my value, building my value, and have no malicious intentions, And then one guy called me. I remember my wife and I, and we were like walking, I think, on a, and I had this phone call. I'm like, this is an unrecognizable number. I'm gonna pick it up. Hey, this is Vic. Hey, this is so and so. I've been following you. I've been watching your, I've been listening to your teleconferences, and hey, I want to get involved with whatever you're promoting. I really resonate with you. I'm ready to sign up. I go, yeah, sure. I'm actually walking outside right now, just kind of hanging out. Tell you what, I'll call you back in about 10 minutes, and I'll walk you through the sign-up process. All right? All right, cool. Boom. I go celebrate like crazy, right? I said to my wife, I said, baby, everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine, My first sale ever. And I made like $2,000, And then guess what? I called him back, right? I walked him through the sign-up process because we used to have these Google Checkout. You guys remember Google Checkout? That was a nice little nifty thing that back in those days, So I got myself $2,000 commission. I believe that was, right? It was a higher ticket item. And then guess what I did? I whipped out my flip camera. Back then we had flip cameras, right? And I put it on myself, and I'm in my home office, and I'm like, hey everybody, this is Vic. Let me show you something. And I flip it back to my screen, and I record, and I said, you know what? Look, I used to work entire month to make $1,500 in a month. I just made $2,000 in one day. Flip it back to me. You know what? What this means to me and my family, I cannot even begin to describe you. Now, I'm not saying this to brag or boast. I want to tell you how I was able to do that myself. If it's going to be useful for you, this Friday I'm going to do a teleconference. I'm going to show you exactly how I did it. Bam! That's how I broke through. You do things, you document what you're doing, and you deliver value based on your activity and your production. Does that make sense, everybody? Google Checkout, old school. Yeah, Jim Palmer. You remember that? Yeah, man. That's how I did it, you guys. And things kind of escalated. But at the end of the day, you guys, here's a big $1 million idea for you. You get paid in direct proportion to the value that you bring to the marketplace. Period. End of the story. Forget all the gadgets. Forget the magic words. They don't exist. Value. Build yourself. Never depend on anything. That's one. Master traffic generation. Master marketing. You cannot take it casually. If you don't understand traffic, it's like me relying on Vlad to do the breathing for me. Can you imagine? He gets pissed and he doesn't give me that pump of oxygen. I'm done, man. Right? I want to breathe on my own. That's a better idea. I want to get traffic on my own. I don't want to rely on Facebook and be in the mercy of Facebook or Google. I want to speak the language of traffic. When you go to a different country, you don't speak that language, dude, you're afraid of everything. You don't know where you're going. You don't know what it says. You don't know what that sign says. You don't know which direction. You lost, man. You lost. If you don't speak the language of traffic, if you don't speak the language of marketing, you're done, man. Right? So, I'm going to teach you traffic if you want to. If you don't want to, that's okay. Hopefully you got some value from it today. If you want to learn traffic, you guys, go to 4%.com/live. Make sure you get on the VIP list for Mass Traffic Blueprint and watch your inbox very, very closely. If you're not a part of the 4% challenge, let me just sell you on it, man. Let me ask you this. What do you got to lose? Like, for real. What do you got to lose? You can get started for $1, right? Like right now, like get started for $1. You got $1. If you don't have $1, you got bigger challenges than that. You got bigger problems, right? This is definitely not for you. Get started for $1. In 7 days, you will physically feel the difference. Promise you. If you don't, Let us know. You'll never get billed for the regular program, which you can get yourself locked in right now at a whopping $49 a month, like way less than a cup of coffee a day, right? A lot of people spend more than that on just coffee alone. But you'll learn. You'll learn how to do all that stuff. All these things that I'm talking to you about right now, guess what? Like how I went from being broke and failing to like creating like extraordinary stuff as an internet marketer. I teach you all of that exactly in what to do in a way that's not overwhelming, that's actually in a day by day step. Hey, today, here's what we do. Don't focus on all those other things. What's in front of your nose today? What do you need to do today? You get started today, what do you do? Boom, boom, boom. Get it done, check mark, you're done. That's it. You can watch a video, do what I tell you, and it's me. There is no guests. It's me. Action steps every single day. It's impossible for you to lose, like literally impossible. Impossible. Right? Try it out. You can go to 4%.com/live. On the bottom, there is going to be a little link for you to check out the 4% challenge. Give it a whirl. I think you'll be very happy. Okay, you guys, look, I got to chop. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Again, if nothing else, dude, like whatever it is that you're doing, I just want to, we want to make our difference. And if I can plant that one seed for you that maybe later on, 6 months from now, it can grow into something beautiful, hey, that's awesome. If you want to check out 4% Challenge or, get into the traffic coaching that we're going to be putting out there, definitely you have that opportunity now. If not, no big deal. I'm not here to try to give you value and then try to sell you anything. You do whatever you want. It's your business, it's your life. My bigger vision here is to deliver value, focus on creating success stories. Like Dave and Denise in the beginning. Guess what? Next week, I'm going to bring you another success story. And a week after that, it'll be another one. We've got thousands of them. You guys, appreciate you. Be awesome. Stay cool. And remember, go for domination. Don't compete. Okay? Cheers, everybody. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.